Hi, my name is Finn, and I'm an instructor and the volunteer coordinator at High and Mighty. Today, Diego and I are going to be talking about the standard High and Mighty procedure for grooming your horse. Now, this is the standard procedure that we use with most of our horses. However, some of our horses have slightly different needs. For example, Wow prefers to use a horse vacuum than to be curried. If you're working with a horse that has any of these special needs, the staff will let you know. All right, let's get started. So to start, you want to make sure that your horse is securely tied so that you are very safe when you're grooming. Because we're in the arena, we're using a single tie, and this clips right underneath your horse's chin. Hi, Diego. If you're using a cross tie down in the barn, which is a bit more of a standard situation here at High and Mighty, you're going to have a tie clipped to either side of your horse's face on this kind of square-shaped clip right here, closest to the corner of their mouth. All right, good boy. To start, I'm going to use my curry comb. This is a circular rubber brush, and this is going to get all of the dirt and grime that's stuck in the bottom of Diego's coat up to the surface so we can clean it out. Hi, bud, I see ya. And this is also a really nice massage for your horse, so definitely don't skip this step. To get started, I'm going to approach my horse. I'm going to give him a little pat. I'm going to keep my opposite hand on him as I start to brush in a circular motion with a little bit of pressure with my curry comb. There we go. Keeping my opposite hand on the horse is going to let him know where I am, and let him have a little bit more awareness and safety when we're grooming. An appropriate place to use the curry comb is the horse's neck, shoulder, barrel, and bum. We don't want to use the curry comb on more sensitive areas like his face and his legs because it could hurt him. Next, we're going to use our hard brush. This is going to get all of that dirt and hair that we just got from the bottom of his coat and just push it right off of him. Same thing, I'm going to approach him in a similar way, and I'm going to follow the direction of his hair. There we go. That hair is looking nice and smooth. Everything has gotten off of him. Now I'm going to use my soft brush. For his body, the soft brush is just going to make him look a little bit shinier and nicer. And this is also an appropriate brush to use on his legs and his face because the bristles are a little bit softer, so they're more comfortable on those sensitive areas. Still keeping my opposite hand on the horse. Good boy, I'm following the direction of his hair. And I can follow the direction of his hair down his leg. Good boy, I want to be nice and gentle with the face. There you go, good boy, Diego. Next, I'm going to be using a mane and tail brush. This is very similar to a brush that you might use on your own hair, and you're going to brush these in a similar way. Nice and gentle, getting all those tangles and knots out of his hair, just to make him a little bit more comfortable. I know, bud. Good boy. All right, he's moving himself into position to get his tail brushed here. I want to make sure that I'm standing to the side of him, and I scoot his tail over to me, making sure that I'm not standing behind him in the kick zone. I'm going to be very gentle, starting at the bottom of his tail, slowly making my way up, trying to pull out as few hairs as possible. It takes 7 years for one horse hair to grow from the top of his tail all the way down to the ground, so we want to make sure that we're respectful of how much time that takes and pull out as little hair as possible. Now, brushing the tail is not something that we'll typically be doing on a day-to-day basis, but if you have extra time or you want your horse to look extra nice that day, that's a good thing to do. However, you can also use a hard brush for a quick tail brush. You could just get any big pieces of bedding or anything that's looking not quite so nice with the tail, and you're good to go. My last step is going to be picking my horse's feet. For this, I'm going to be using a hoof pick. If you want a little bit more of a detailed explanation of hoof picking, we have a separate video that just talks about that. So I'm going to go over it pretty quickly right now. So I'm going to start by facing the horse's tail with my feet a little bit away from where his foot is in case he stomps down quickly. I don't want to get stomped myself. All right, I'm going to start by seeing if either any of his feet are kind of propped up like this. That would be a good foot to start with for most horses. However, some of our horses are so used to having their feet picked in exact order that they prefer to do this. So for right now, I'm just going to start with the foot closest to me. I'm going to start by asking him to pick it up in the gentlest way possible, tracing down the back of his leg. That didn't work. Diego's going to need some more convincing. So I'm going to use my shoulder and give him a little nudge. Good boy. There we go. All right. Using the pick side of my hoof pick, I'm going to get any dirt and rocks and debris that I see stuck in his foot, and I might brush it out using the brush side. When I put his foot back, I'm going to place it back on the ground. You never want to just drop your horse's foot because that could startle and hurt them. All right, and you can see he's already got his next foot up, ready to go for me. So I would keep doing that, picking around his feet until I've done all four. All right. Thanks, Diego. That was our video on grooming. I'm Finn, and this is the High and Mighty Therapeutic Riding and Driving Center. Thanks for watching.